grill. With delivering these MOP tactics, I'll bury you bastards. I custom make caskets to BT, to YG, even the OG. Soldier nigga, I make them with my gun in my hand to make sure you motherfuckers understand.
Pardon me, how the fuck you gon' stall with me? I'm a heavyweight in the game, you just ball with me. You get legs down, put your face down, drop this shit. Niggas thought MOP stand for mopping shit. Don't get it twisted. I told you that we top of the line, design realistic. For instance, mash out my side. What I'm doing, clear your ass out, jump and air your ass out. Show me cold.
God, we're back! Welcome everybody to the first ever episode of KPW War Zone. It is I, Tapey Styles, calling the action solo as usual. And speaking of solo, we're starting things off hot and heavy with the first round of the Gold Rush tournament, a 7-man tournament to decide who will become our first ever Kumite Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, as Solo goes one-on-one with Crisp Billy. We got a stacked lineup of matches coming up later tonight. The quarterfinals all going down during the course of the show, culminating in a main event match as our Twitch champion, The Sauce, goes one-on-one against the debuting Sigma Shuko. But that's enough talk. Let's get down to the middle of the ring. Making his way to the ring first the 7'4", 525-pound Chris Billy, who had an impressive showing in the Four Corners main event last night on Spring Stampede, a show that you could find exclusively on KOD Kumite On Demand. Chris Billy, quite possibly the most dangerous man in that bout. A man that pinned Slarty, a man that we're gonna see in a quarterfinals match of his own against Oliver English. And the board felt that Warzone needed to start off hot and heavy. And there's no better way of doing that than giving the people what they want. A hoss fight. Because in comes Solo, representing the scrapyard. Solo put up a hell of a fight last night against Corey Sinclair. You gotta question what kind of condition Solo is in after the brutal beating that Corey put down on him. The condition of Solo's head, it's a miracle he's even cleared for tonight's match. And Solo taking the action right to Chris Billy. He's not giving it an inch to this guy. The condition of Solo's brain after that grueling battle with Corey Sinclair, who delivered a flurry of headshots, enzugiris, headbutts, you name it. Solo was wearing quite the crimson mask last night. Both of these men certainly not at 100% here, especially not Chris Billy. When you have a 500-pound man like Chris Billy getting dumped on his neck, courtesy of Tape's prescription bottle, Tape being the man that skipped the quarterfinals as per the rules of the Four Corners match last night. I'm gonna have to wonder who's gonna give in first. Solo showing a good display of ring dominance at the moment. Solo giving a height discrepancy here of well over a foot. He's gonna want to stay in close and make strikes when he needs to. Chris Billy getting the upper hand though with the back elbow. Scoop slam. You have a slugfest in the middle ring. Chris Billy wins it. Billy going to the top rope. Elbow to the back of Solo. Solo is a fearless man. He's not gonna pump the brakes for anything. Not when he's 100%, not when he's 50%. Who knows what kind of condition he's in? I've never seen anybody get beat down to a bloody pulp the way Solo did and somehow squeak out with the victory. Both of these men are on the upward trends here in Kumite Pro Wrestling. And speaking of blood, who could forget the controversial first blood match that happened last night on Spring Stampede? Chris Billy hitting Solo with a clothesline to the back of the head. And as I was saying, as Solo's getting locked into a sleeper hold, who could forget the controversial finish of the first blood match between Big Bernard and Count Cracula? Bernard, a hoss himself, somehow winning the match by pinfall. And the board is telling me they're sending us notes here to the announcer's desk. Oh, wait a minute. Chris Billy's calling for it. The George Foreman drill. Dragging Solo to the center of the ring. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. Chris Billy advancing to the semifinals of the Gold Rush tournament in dominating fashion. The George Foreman drill has been one of the most dangerous finishers in all of KPW. It put down a former world champion in Slarty, and now it's put down to 300-pound Solo. Chris Billy is set to go one-on-one with Tape in the semifinals of the Gold Rush tournament 2 weeks from now. And the note I got from the board earlier to relay to the families, the fans watching at home, behind the guardrail, wherever they may be. We are gonna have a 12-man battle royal next week to determine who the first ever KPW hardcore champion will be. And on suspicion of tampering with the officials last night in that first blood match, Big Bernard is gonna start the battle royal. And Count Cracula is gonna be there to meet him halfway through the match. And if you missed the announcement before the intro came on, Jim Ross returns to Kumite Pro Wrestling next week. We're gonna have quite the stacked lineup here as next week's card begins to take shape. And as we proceed to our next Gold Rush quarterfinals match, we have Ding going one-on-one with Corey Sinclair. Full of life and energy, not letting the adversities of last night halt him. The man called Ding making his way down to the ring like it was any other night. After Ding went 25 minutes in the Four Corners match, just coming up short after a roll-up pin by Tape. And speaking of a man that came up just short last night, both of these men looking to redeem themselves by advancing forward in the tournament here. Corey Sinclair putting on what many would describe as the most brutal display of power out of anybody, with that concentrated beatdown on Solo. Perhaps that contributed to the quick defeat from Chris Billy earlier tonight. I'm gonna have to imagine how cautious Ding is gonna be going up against Corey. Corey's well versed in his kicks and headbutts. We all know Ding's got his support from the dingers in the audience, from the dingers watching at home. We watched that man put Chris Billy into a scorpion ding lock. And Corey lands a first headbutt. Going for the leapfrog and a cross body into Ding. Corey's got Ding in an arm bar. He's trying to work down that dinging arm. Ding prefers using the right arm to do low blows. Corey blocking all the chops. Ding's calling for something. He's getting the crowd riled up. Corey going for a shoulder tackle over the top rope, and Ding lands his first ding of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Ding taking control of the match early on. And because the Gold Rush tournament is to determine the first world champion in KPW, the board has foregone the typical time limit restrictions because winners must be decided. 7 men were chosen for this tournament, and only 1 will advance to be the face of the company in its infant stages. Corey landing an enziguri. He appears to be using the same playbook that he used against Solo. Maybe it'll work to a stronger effect tonight. Ding landing the drop kick. Pop-up cutter from Corey, and Ding gets right back up. Ding gets right back up. He didn't even flinch. And Ding gets his second ding in the match. Ding locking in a single leg Boston Crab. Corey just barely reaching the ropes with his toes. Corey crossbody and staying into the ropes. Displaying control of the ring. Corey's calling for something. It appears these two are about to fight outside the ring. Corey missing the elbow from the apron. Ding locking in the chin lock. You're gonna want to get them back into the ring here. This is a precarious position. You could get counted out. For every punch that Ding throws, Corey has a headbutt to counter it. And a big belly-to-belly suplex. Oh, with a standing moonsault. Ding retreated to the well too often. He got hit with another headbutt for trying to go for another ding too early. And the match is firmly in Corey Sinclair's control. Smacking Ding out of the ring. Corey going for another fake out here. Ding calling for the support of the dingers. Big chop to the chest, retaliated with a big headbutt. Corey hitting the standing moonsault from the top rope. Is Corey calling for it? He hit Ding with the oil spill. Ding just getting to the ropes. Corey elected not to drag Ding to the center of the ring, as it would have given him time to kick out from the oil spill. Big headbutt, and Ding just barely kicking out. Ding might have to switch up his strategy here if he wants to survive against Corey Sinclair. Big dragon screw by Corey to complement the giant dragon tattoo on his chest. You know, I always figured that Corey Sinclair would be a perfect candidate to enter into the Mortal Kombat tournament. He already has the logo on his chest, but does he have the endurance to beat Ding? Corey pulling Ding out of the turnbuckles here and doing a razor's edge in the corner of the ring, and he gets it. Corey putting away Ding in under 7 minutes with a massive power bomb, holding the legs down so the Dinger doesn't have the leverage to put his shoulders up. What a brilliant play by Corey Sinclair as he advances to the semifinals of the Gold Rush tournament, the finals. The winner of this tournament, the first world champion, will be decided April 28th at KPW Fully Loaded. As the roster begins to load up with talent, as it begins to stack up. Both of these men were looking for redemption tonight, and only one of them got it. Congratulations to Mr. Corey Sinclair for the big win against Ding. And moving on to the final quarterfinals match of the Gold Rush tournament, we have Slarty going one-on-one against Oliver English, who called his shot on Slarty, saying, "I want a piece of whoever gets eliminated first in the Four Corners match last night." Slarty making his way down to the ring with that giant 2x4. He could have used that as an equalizer in the Four Corners match last night, but he chose to go clean, to do things his way, the right way. And in comes Oliver English, the most English man in all of SYP, the Monarch. Coincidentally enough, he's also looking towards his night as a night of redemption, as he was put in that surprise match against Sergeant Alpha Foxtrot, reigniting the war between Britain and America from 250 years ago. And unfortunately, the Englishman did not get the heat back for his ancestors, but maybe he's gonna get some heat for beating Slarty here tonight, as Oliver wins the test of strength. Ollie catching the leg of Slarty and pushing him down. Slarty is one of the fastest strikers in all of KPW. It's not a good idea to get into a slugfest against him. Ollie must have done his homework though, as he's been scouting a lot of these moves. He's just targeting that arm. He sees that elbow pad on Slarty and he is zoning in on it as a weakness. This could be over quick. Slarty locking in an armbar of his own. Ollie's neck to the ropes. Slarty going for that patented palm strike. The disastrous results, as Ollie's just been on top of most of Slarty's strikes here, as he targets the arm once again. Ollie putting the healthy arm into an armbar. Big headbutt by Slarty. Slarty considered one of the most dominant men in all of Twitch wrestling. Ollie going for a springboard missile drop kick and connecting. X marks the spot. Slarty building up a big head of steam, hitting Ollie with a belly-to-belly suplex. Ollie retaliating with a backbreaker, telling the crowd that he's number one. He's the feeling of KPW. He's the soul, the spirit, the monarch of this whole damn place, as he said so last night. In quite a scathing and egotistical promo. Ollie with that fast German suplex. Oh, he's calling for it. Are we about to see Ollie hit Slarty with the Big Ben? He connects. This could be it. This could be a quick match. Ollie with the big win. Ollie advancing to the semifinals in lightning quick fashion tonight. Chris Billy, Corey Sinclair, and Oliver English all advancing to meet Tape in the semifinals 2 weeks from now. You could smell the blood in the air like a bunch of bloodthirsty sharks. Ollie picked his target wisely. You would think that because Slarty was eliminated first, he would be the freshest out of the four. And Ollie was just like, he just did not give a fuck about that. As we get more angles of Ollie hitting his patented Big Ben. A delayed vertical suplex into a power bomb. If he has the chance to hit that on anybody coming up in the tournament, it could be lights out for them. This could be the great British invasion of 2024. And congratulations, the one and only Oliver English. And as we make our way into the main event tonight, we have our reigning defending Twitch champion, the Sauce, going one-on-one against Sigma Shuko. As this is not a Gold Rush tournament match, we have a 20-minute time limit enforced. Will these men go the distance?
Do you smell what the Rock is doing?
The Sauce taking inspiration from his childhood hero, The Rock, in more ways than one. He is elected to wear the tracksuit because he is augmentating his breasts as they have swollen to the size of watermelons. Now, this is Tapey Styles here saying, you know, it's okay to have a big set of cans on you, but it's also okay to change your body however you want, as long as you're happy and comfortable with yourself at the end of the day. And in comes Sigma Shuko. We all know what's gonna make this man comfortable. Getting a pin on the reigning Twitch champion of the world. Popo watching backstage. You gotta be wondering what he's thinking about all this. What does the KPW Twitch title scene look if Sigma can defeat the reigning champion? The Sauce starting off the offense in our main event tonight. Sigma getting the early advantage, a big back suplex. For those of you that have missed it earlier tonight, the Gold Rush quarterfinals are in and taken care of. Chris Billy defeating Solo. Corey Sinclair defeating the Icon Ding. And Oliver English defeating Slarty. The rapid pace of these matches tonight. Everybody here on the debut episode of KPW War Zone, they're here to prove something to themselves and to the rest of the locker room. They're not going to be taken lightly. Everybody's vying for a chance at championship gold. Sigma Shuko's aiming to do the same as he puts the Sauce in a lion tamer. Sigma going for that backbreaker. The Sauce has Sigma cornered. Sigma regaining control, going back for that lion tamer. Him and Slarty must have had the same trainee, as they both love to use the patented lion tamer to their full advantage. Big backbreaker by Sigma. Sigma throwing the Sauce out of the ring, using the time to hot dog and grandstand. You're not going to progress up the ranks of the Twitch title scene by taking a count out victory. And Sigma doing a moonsault from the top rope out of the ring to the floor, connecting. Playing high risk, high reward there. The Sauce is in danger here. He is crossing a bridge over troubled water. The Sauce would love nothing more than to get another win here tonight. And Sigma would love nothing more than to have a win over the first ever Twitch champion. Two men duking it out. The Sauce mounting some form of a comeback here. A double underhook suplex from Sigma. The crowd has elected the Sauce as the favorite to win the match. Sigma not receiving any support from the fans in the audience tonight. As we have yet another packed Kumite Coliseum. Sigma keeping control, and he tapped out the Sauce with the big lion tamer. He got him. The angle of that lion tamer is tough for anybody. As it puts an intense amount of pressure on your back, your neck, your legs. And as the Sauce had no way to reach the ropes, Sigma positioning himself to be as close to the ropes as possible. Immediately establishing himself as a current contender to take the title off of the Sauce. Popo can't be happy about this at all as he's bumped down the ladder. And as his theme song claims, the Sauce just had no chance in hell of beating Sigma. Rapid fire matches here tonight. The submission specialist, Sigma Shuko, squeezing out the big win here tonight. Congratulations to him and all of the semi-finalists of the Gold Rush tournament. We will be back with this next week with the debut of Jim Ross in the main event. A 12-man battle royal to determine who the first hardcore champion will be. And more to come as the card is announced throughout the week. This has been the first ever episode of War Zone. This is Tapey Styles signing out, wishing everybody watching at home, the Kumite faithful, wishing you all a good night, and to come back again next Monday night for War Zone.